This just in, the greatest hero of all time, Rin, has made a return to save the world. Humanity cheered for the savior that defeated the blonde idiot, and now she's tasked with her first mission as Earth's official and only hero. Take down the wretched Valentine. Valentine aspires to become the greatest villain of all time, and she's brought back some familiar faces to take Rin down. Here are 5 tips to help Rin defend her title as the greatest hero of all time. Tip number 1, reflecting bullets. In the first Bleed game, you needed the katana to deflect any incoming bullets, but its main use was as a defensive weapon and it wasn't very useful for offensive attacks. But in Bleed 2, there's a much bigger emphasis on reflecting bullets. Rin instead starts out with her trusty katana, and reflecting bullets becomes a priority, if not a must. Most projectiles are one of 2 colors, yellow or pink. As Rin, you'll have to dodge the yellow. However, you can reflect pink-colored attacks, and if you're precise, you can angle them back toward the enemy. Utilizing bullet time can help you angle these counters. This trick is especially useful in most boss situations since their weapons normally do way more damage than your own. Tip number 2, visual clues. One of the most frustrating parts of boss battles can be their relentless attacks, and predicting those attacks can be a challenge. Luckily, if you pay close attention, each boss has either a pattern or a clear indicator of what attack will come next. For example, when facing the ninja, you can take note of his sword's position to see what move he'll be performing next. Most bosses begin to glow a specific color when they're going to unleash an attack that can be deflected. Keep an eye out for these attacks because deflecting them can cause some massive damage. The best offense is a good defense after all. Plus, it makes for an easier time taking down a boss. Tip number 3, limit bullet time. Bullet time is a very useful skill when utilized correctly. It allows you to slow down time and maneuver through enemy attacks with startling precision. However, this isn't an unlimited power. Under your health bar is an energy meter. When this meter depletes, your bullet time goes into a cooldown state until it recharges back to 75%. Now, this may not seem terribly long, but in a fast-paced game like Bleed 2, you'll miss it pretty quick. If you limit your bullet time's use, you'll get way more out of it. Bullet time has the same recharge rate whether it's in a cooldown state or just not being used, so if you leave bullet time before the meter fully depletes, you won't have to wait until it hits 75% to use it again. Tip number 4, New Game Plus. After completing the campaign, you may be left wanting more. Luckily, Bleed 2's unlockables send the replay value of this game through the roof. Every difficulty you beat the game in will unlock a different air dodge, weapon, and character, all of which can drastically change the gameplay. Beating the game in general will unlock the Rival, who wields a yellow sword and plays very similar to Rin, but he can reflect the yellow attacks instead of the pink ones. You can also unlock characters like the Clawed Girl and White, who play completely different from Rin and the Rival. Clawed Girl has no long-range attacks, but can deflect any projectile. White may seem pretty weak, but he gets more powerful as his style meter increases. Playing through the campaign with a different character is loads of fun, as their individual mechanics can drastically change playstyle. Fun fact, Clawed Girl's character is actually based on the main protagonist of another indie platformer, They Bleed Pixels. Tip number 5, boss tactics. As you try to complete levels on harder difficulties, you'll quickly find that some of the bosses are a huge hassle to deal with, especially with Rin's katana and pistol. You'll want to experiment with different weapons and abilities to find what gives you the best advantage, and some combos can make enemies a breeze. It's good to play through the game at least once to unlock a few items first, like the rocket launcher. Using the rocket launcher on the shield invader will let you take him out in one shot. You can also use the rockets in your first encounter with Valentine. You can immediately destroy Valentine's shield with the rocket launcher, allowing you to unleash a copious amount of damage on her and end the encounter quite quickly. Another great unlock is the Flying Kick air dodge. This is extremely useful while battling Red Sprite. It allows you to safely dodge bullets while taking out those annoying blue jets. There are endless combinations of skills and weapons you can utilize to best take on a boss, and on the harder difficulties, it may be necessary just to stay alive. Both Bleed 1 and 2 stem from the mind of one man named Ian Campbell, whose own love for fast, skill-based action games manifests in the games he creates. For those looking for an exciting and fun twin-stick action-packed platformer, you've come to the right place. Though the campaign of Bleed 2 isn't long, it brings back the feel of the 90s classics by focusing on making the game fun, engaging, and different with each playthrough. There's even a challenge in arcade mode for those who want a little more variety. So get out there and challenge yourself. You got the world cheering you on.